What's going on, everybody? So let's do a little run through of setting up a question and answer screen. So a screen or a game object that allows us to, or that shows us a question and allows the player to input the answer and have it check that answer for correctness. Let's see how quick we can do this. Okay, let's go to our Unity Hub. Let's select new project, 3D Core. Let's do Canvas project. As this loads, we'll be doing a little bit of importing. I'll pause it. So it has popped back up for me, and let's just do a few things really quickly. Not that. Let's create a plane. Let's extend it. So scale, we can extend it out. Then let's change the color. So let's add a material. I like to keep things organized. You can do things a little bit on the fly though. But for me, I'll just keep it organized. Create material. And let's say brown. And we'll go to albedo. Click that. Click. Change the color around. And here we can adjust. Alright, so we can click exits, and I'm going to move smoothness down. It's not important setting, so let's go back to our material and drag it over. Now move smoothness all the way down, make this darker. Alright, so now that we did that, let's create a plane. So first, in order to make a UI element, so what we're doing is, I guess they will call a UI. Let's go down to canvas, or how about let's just say, yeah, let's go to canvas. So canvas is really big, and I want to put it in world space. So canvas, world space. Oh, right now it's like an overlay. So let's just show something real quick. So it just makes it super big out of default. So just so you can see what overlay means, let's add something to the canvas. So let's right click, UI, and let's go to legacy, then text. And then let's press play. Let's see if this shows up. So see, it's just overlaid over everything. So if I added some camera movement here, you would see also that. I guess I could do that. So I can move the camera in the scene while we're still looking at the game. Highlight main camera. Clicking highlight main camera, cursor in scene, pressing F. Move this to transform, click. So you see as I move the camera, this is still being shown in the game view. Alright, so just wanted to show that real quick. But let's delete this. And I want to put mine in the world space, so not overlaid. So it's asking for event camera. I'm going to drag my camera down. And all this looks good as of now. So now the worst part ever. Let's try and scale all this stuff down. Oh man. Let's see. Scale position. All right, let's see if this works. So let's just try and scale it down very small. Let's get to 0.3. So this is the scale, kind of like how big it is. And let's just click it and F just to see where it's at. Scale it down some more. 13, 2. I think that's good. So let's go see if this works. Let's right click right here, rect transform. And then let's go reset property, reset position. Awesome. So it just resets it back at the origin. So I'm clicking canvas, then F while cursor is in the scene to go to where it is. I'm scrolling now so I can kind of see it a bit better. So it's still pretty big. So let's go 0.01. All right, see, that's a lot better. Highlighted, so let's move it up. Hope everyone can hear me okay. All right, now let's add some stuff to our canvas. It's so in our way. So I'm gonna just move it up real quick just because that's in our way. Not important. Anyways, let's just let's try our best. Let's get this working. So here we have our canvas, and then let's say within our canvas, let's add a button. So let's right click canvas. Let's go to UI button, and I want to use the text mesh pro. So if you all see this there, then that's good. So if you don't, then you would want to go to Window, Package Manager, Text Mesh Pro. And for me, it's already installed. If it's not installed for you, then you would do that. Press install. It just doesn't show it here, but okay, I got it. So anyways, let's go to right click, UI button. It's going to tell us to import TMP as essentials. Let's do that. Awesome. Import TMP examples and extras. Yeah, we can do that. Why not? Just in case we want to look. So that was quick. And it does add a button there. Oh, well, it looks like it's... Let's see where the camera is looking. Oh, yeah, so it looks like I'm behind the camera and I'm behind the canvas. So I'm just going to maneuver to the front of the canvas. And I kind of just want to make sure the new input system is set up. So give me a sec. So I just wanted to get the new input manager or system. So the one that we set up in the previous tutorial is the one that I do like to use. So I'm just going to go input manager, input system package new. It's just saying it'll restart. So if you didn't install that, it's probably not necessary for this. But for those who did install it, then we can just go through it. You want to go to Unity registry. You want to go to input, we can search that. input system, you'll press install. New input system. I guess I have to install it for each thing, which is crazy. But that's okay though. So we can do this real quick. So installing. Works pretty fast. I'll still pause it. So right here, you get to a point where it asks you, do you kind of want to enable the backend? AKA, are you sure you want to enable this? You're making some changes. Let's press yes. And it's going to restart really quickly. So I'm going to just save my changes. Save. That's another thing that's up. So it's loading now. So it just got set up, finished loading. And we can check in project and we see that it was installed. Okay. And let's just make sure everything's still working with this. So I'm gonna press play just to make sure everything's still all right. And there is a little error. So let's go. Can you still see? Yeah, so there is a little error. So let's look at it. Trying to read, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is just saying, well, I know what this error is saying though. So let's go to event system, and it gives us a little message right here. So this uses old input manager, so it's letting us replace with something that uses the new input manager. So replace. All right, and now we're all good. Is there anything else we need to do? I don't think so. Oh dang, let's So whenever you're in like game mode or simulation mode, whatever changes you make won't take. So always stop and then make those changes. All right, now let's play and let's see if everything's working. All right, so things are working, and we can see that we can press the button. Let's kind of maneuver the button down and let's change the name of the button. So let's go to hierarchy, click down, text. We can change the name right here. Let's say submit. Let's just say submit. All right, and then let's add a input field. So right click canvas, UI. Input field. All right, awesome. And then let's just say for the text area, for the placeholder text, we'll just say like submit answer, type answer here. And then let's just add some text. Moving up. And let's just say 5 plus 5 equals question mark. All right, so this is kind of hard to see, so let's change. Yeah, so let's change the text color real quick. So let's change it to maybe something brighter, darker. All right, there we go. Maybe make it a little darker. Nice. So we can just click off of that. So I just said vertex color. All right, so let's look at it again. All right, pretty cool. It's kind of small still, but that's okay for right now. We're getting it working. So we see the text right here, and then I'm gonna click off. So if you click on the input field, you can type into it. Then you can press the submit button, but nothing happens. So let's make sure that something happens. And we're gonna do it in this way. So let's make a script. So I like to organize everything in folders so we know where everything is at. Let's click inside of this and let's just think for a sec. We want to be able to answer that question and then press submit. And then on submit, I'd like something to happen. And I want the canvas to be doing everything. So let's make a script real quick. Let's make a, oh man, I hope everyone can hear me. So let's make a script real quick. Let's go. C# script. And let's change it to UI controller. All right, and let's see what this script is going to do. So it's going to take, so this script is going to take, be able to check when submit has been pressed, and on submit, all the text that's in here will be sent and checked for correctness if it answers this question. All right, so I just opened up that script that we made. So double click this and the script will come up in your Visual Studio program. So let's look for mine. Okay, UI controller. So always check to make sure the name is the same as the class name. The name of the file is the same as the class name. So the first thing we do, let's add this, I think it's called directive here, using directive. So let's go using TM Pro. That allows us to tap into the TM Pro UI elements. So that's the text and the input field. All right, so now let's create our variables. So we want to do private text mesh pro. So that's the variable type, is a text mesh pro type. And let's say input field. All right, and then we have our other type. So let's say private. All right, so we made a few changes. So let's go back to the Canvas project. So you'll need to have this directive using TM Pro, and then using Unity Engine.ui. So 4 and 5. And then let's start out by creating our first variable input field, which is a TMP-input field type. So that's just the name of this type. And serialized field, so we can drag and drop it. All right. So let's do that real quick. So you'll want to file and save that. So just adding this portion and these two things, then save. Now you'll want to get your script, click Canvas first, and you want to drag your script over into the canvas. Or you can drag it on the game object. And I already did that. And for you, it'll come up as none. This will say none. But what I want you to do is go to Canvas, click this arrow if it's not already down, and then go to input field, click and drag, and you want to drag it to where it says input field. And let's just make sure that looks all right. I think it's all right. So that's just saying this is the object it'll be referencing in the code. Okay. So now let's add some more of our code. So we got these two lines, those lines. Now let's go to, don't need this. So let's say we want to check our answer. And let's change this to public. Or let's keep this private, and then let's also make a new public method void on submit sub clicked parentheses and braces, enter. And here let's just put in the below method. So let's talk about this method, answer checked. So what this will do is look at the text from the input field. So input field dot text, getting that parameter from this object, and we're checking to see if it is equal to 10, and if so, we're going to say it's correct. Else, so if it's not that, we're going to say debug.log incorrect. So this is us checking for correctness. Save or file save, control S or file save. And here on sub clicked, we're calling that method we just made answer checked, answer check. All right, so we're going back to our editor. And now let's go to our input field. And here it lets us select we want to go to button. And here it lets us select what to do on click. So for you, it'll be empty. And if it's not open, you want to click button. For you, it'll be empty. So let's click the plus. And then let's do this. Let's go to canvas and drag that object where it says none. And then let's click no function. UI controller, so it's referencing this script that's attached to the canvas. Let's see if we see our, and yes, on sub clicked. So let's click that. All right, so let's see if this works. I'm gonna put in 1 and then submit. Incorrect. So now I'm gonna put in 10, submit. It's correct. Very nice. So we just checked for correctness, everybody. So, and this, just so everyone knows that this is stationary, like this canvas isn't moving with the camera. So we can prove that by clicking our camera in our hierarchy, and let's find where it is. So I'm gonna move my cursor to the scene display, press F, and I'm gonna move it around. So look how it doesn't stay centered as I move the camera. So that's just saying that the canvas stays in one place, which is really good. All right. And with that being said, I believe we're done for that part. So for your own project, you can now do a small check, have an answer, and then do a small check and check for correctness. However, and then however you want to adjust that, or feel free. Whew. I hope everybody heard me okay during this one. Thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.